Hello, thanks for joining us. Today we're going to be talking about sparking innovation with Bluemix, and about how SPS uses platform service rapidly to innovative apps, and hope you'll give you some insight into how you can use to spark innovation within your own organization. So about SPS. We're headquartered in Rockville, Maryland. We have been delivering customer solutions since 1993. We've engaged with customers across a wide variety of industries, developed a lot of expertise and firsthand knowledge of those industries in working with our customers. And we engage in those industries in two different ways. One is a services business unit, which represent with the acronym SMILE. Services business unit includes professional services around security, especially focused with deep expertise in the IBM security portfolio. We cover every product and every technology within that IBM security portfolio. Will a really unique skill set amongst the IBM partner ecosystem. We also have development ability. We're able to do rapid development in native OSs, both iOS and Android, to provide infrastructure services, which include both traditional resale of laptops, workstations, server storage devices, etc., as well as focus on the emerging of hybrid cloud, where we help customers determine how they can mix both on-premise as well as cloud resources to come up with the most effective and efficient IT infrastructure, by combining those different options. I have a learning practice. We are aligned with Avnet Academy, which is a global training partner, IBM, and we are a with Avnet, and we're able to deliver formal across our IBM portfolio, as well as other technology training from a variety of different vendors. Engage in that learning practice in some training delivery and forms of training involving direct mentoring, reviews, etc. In our services business unit, we have events where we're able to host events, provide the as well as who are provide hosting and make sure that everyone participating in events is having an experience. That if the session needs to be recorded or versus do that. Now, the other unit within our business is the innovation business unit. That's really where I focus. I am the VP of that business unit. I'm responsible for around innovation, and in that we focus on using technologies like platform as a service, IE, and analytics to deliver innovative solutions to our customers, as well as to develop innovative solutions that we bring to the consumer market as a consumer go to. With Innovation Business Unit, one of the key enabling technologies for us is platform as a service, and we're going to use Bluemix as a platform as a service tool. Now, of why and how platform as a service really helps us in our innovation practice, we need to talk a little bit about the different types of cloud services that are out there and how they compare with each other. If you give the slide, and if you start on the left, looking at core IT, basically your traditional data center where all of your hardware, software, code, middleware, et cetera, is hosted on on-premise in your own data center. That you yourself, you acquire all the hardware, you acquire the networking, and you hire your own AEs to manage that data center for you. But of course, over the last several years, the move has been towards cloud and different service models in which cloud infrastructure is provided. The first is infrastructure as a service, and this has been around the longest and is what I think most people are comfortable with as far as cloud is concerned. And that's basically providing server storage and networking to businesses in a environment. And so businesses are able to take their workload and move it to storage and networking that are on-premise, run by their cloud provider. And there's some advantages there, of course, in terms of stability, in terms of the model in which they pay for that on a subscription basis, and moving that spend from CapEx to OpEx, which for many customers is easier to budget as an operational expense. Right, what we see is that platform as a service adds on top of that infrastructure. Some of the things, most importantly, a runtime environment, and that includes middleware, OS, virtualization, for work balancing and things of that nature. But the runtime is really the key there. What allows you to usually create a new runtime environment very easily, and have to worry about installing and configuring there, trying to tune and optimize operating system, et cetera. The run environment, operating system, and provide platform itself. Platform as a service is a great enabler for to the right, which is software as a service, where your cloud provider provides the actual working application code. So your customer is paying a subscription fee for a working application. For a lot of companies have now moved to email in as far as a service model, and when they do that, they get the fully functional email system as software as a service. So as far as Bluemix is concerned, Bluemix is platform as a service, but adds a lot of additional capabilities that would really fuel innovation. First, the runtime is and essentially being a push-button process to start up is outstanding for innovation. But with some unique capabilities to that, including created DevOps and services that allow us to tap into cognitive algorithms to give us a platform for connecting and managing internet devices, an ability to create mobile apps, framework, and when you add in these additional features that Bluemix has, service. It really out as a platform that empowers and gives great tools to quickly develop apps as a much richer feature than the cloud options. Another competitive differentiator is making it great for a lot of organizations. For example, a lot of other providers don't offer a bare metal option. Blue does, and so for that kind of very dedicated capability, bare metal option Bluemix gives them a better choice. Bluemix supports OpenStack for virtualization, which other cloud providers do not. And the idea that we find is especially important are the wide variety of runtimes that are available to choose from Bluemix. And so that gives us different options to pick the runtime for any particular situation, able to provision that very, very quickly so that we're including on day one of our project. Another is Bluemix's hybrid model is dedicated to support a hybrid cloud model, and so they have built in great tools such as Gateway to take apps running Bluemix and connect them with your on-prem data and your own applications in a way that's quick and give a secure connection where you can consume your data. The next is the integrated DevOps, and we certainly take advantage of this capability. We do rapid iterative development with a team contributing to the code, and so being able to leverage the built-in DevOps capabilities that releases organized. Also allows our entire team to be contributing simultaneously. That we can do we can be continuously collecting our customer feedback, aiding in new changes to our code, testing and releasing on that continuous iterative basis. And that DevOps really helps us keep all organized, keep our versions well controlled, and do that quickly and easily. The biggest differentiator that we've leveraged in Bluemix are the very rich catalog of services and APIs that are at your fingertips when you're using Bluemix. So the Watson Cloud API is part of that. There's also additional capabilities available through weather, through the being able to integrate APIs with the click of a button and 3 to 5 lines of code. Amazing capabilities at the fingertips of our developers. Do some truly native application functionality with very little additional effort. We at SPS create innovation leveraging Bluemix is through a number of different things that we call innovation as a service. The sort of cornerstone of our innovation as a service is our SP creation methodology. So generally, the way this works is we sit down and discuss a number of different problems that they're trying to solve. Some of our customers are ready to have this conversation when we transformative technologies, we don't know exactly how. So for the customers, we start an innovation value assessment, value engagement, where we're able to identify the most pressing business problems that are facing their organization. Can use transformative technology like Bluemix to solve that problem and determine which problems will be most impactful to solve in terms of their return on investment, and as well as how quickly and readily that solution can be created. We've determined the low-hanging fruit, if you will, as far as their landscape is concerned. Then we start the process of rapidly creating a minimum viable product. Minimum product is a term that comes from lean startup, and it represents the solution that allows the creator to engage with their customer, learn more about what is the best way to solve their problem. What's so great about Bluemix is that Bluemix allows us to start building that minimum viable product with very little upfront effort. As I said before, we're able to start coding on day one because runtime environments can be provisioned basically with the click of a button. And so we're able to start putting a working application in front of the customer to start getting their feedback very quickly. And so the minimum viable product creation is a very rapid, a very rapid process situations. In front of the customer and getting their feedback then feeds into the next iteration of our development cycle. And we're able to, because of the services that are available in Bluemix, start leveraging services to quickly add new features. Everything from geolocation services to weather data, traditional analytics data, cognitive analytics, etc. That's really great about Bluemix is when we then finish the MVP development cycle, we're actually able to scale up application very rapidly because we're a platform that can be very flexible and can grow with usage. There's very little impact to start up to a production environment with the addition of more process power, more storage, etc. That's not out nice for our customers about this situation. It's a subscription-based model, and when we're developing and usage is very low, there's very little cost to the environment. The cost starts occurring when they start ramping up and adding additional users. And their investment up front is lower than it would be if they had to acquire their server infrastructure up front. Almost spend with their realization of return on investment because they're only paying for what they use. Some examples of we've created through this MVP creation process include solutions like the one we're seeing now, maintenance Oracle. The story about this particular application is that our customer is an OEM, and OEM customer are service providers, and our service providers have, of course, cellular towers spread out across the geography that they serve. Well, there's electronic equipment that goes along with the cell phone tower for routing and switching, etc. And that equipment's kept in an enclosure at the base of the tower. The enclosure has a lot of equipment producing a lot of heat. exposed to the environment, and so especially in hot, dry places where there's a lot on, you have the dual contributors of hot electronics equipment and hot weather causing the temperature inside those enclosures to increase pretty rapidly. And so, of course, the air conditioning for those enclosures is critical. If a customer had an existing solution that monitor the performance of the air conditioning and make recommendations on when a unit needed maintenance, they asked us to apply some of these new transformative technologies, including IoT and cloud, to see if they could get the same functionality at a lower cost point. So we built out this solution, this preventative maintenance oracle, uses IoT devices to measure the input and output temperature of the air conditioner, detect if the door of the enclosure is left open, measure a couple other factors such as vibration and power stability, indicate if the air conditioning is functioning properly. The input and output temperature of the air conditioning from data, we're able to derive how that air conditioning unit is. So how long is another key indicator of the health of that air conditioning. What we discover is that we could use off-the-shelf IoT components and a application in the background to really the overall cost of this system at OEM. We have a really important trend in this industry with these kinds of customers have traditionally had a bespoke line for these electronics components that are now being usurped by the low cost of off-the-shelf IoT technology cloud. And so from our perspective, this is a great proof point to show that a lot of these systems can transform their business and avoid disruption engaging these transformative technologies. This entire system is the very first version of this that showed actual functioning code on the screen in the form of the overall app and warnings and the various sites was built over the course of a weekend, and next several weeks was enhanced to demonstrate that in fact we could implement this system as we had predicted. So this app was built in literally weeks, and really to what the power of these transformative technologies could be. The next one, an app called Watchover. It was built by our team for a hackathon. Hackathon took place over the 19 days. It was a global virtual hackathon run by our partners at IBM Academy. And this app won a hackathon. It's interesting. It was built in 19 days, and it incorporated an off-the-shelf IoT device, a mobile application, a Bluemix cloud-based backend app. Backend app was making calls to the Watson APIs to cognitive algorithms to understand local news that was occurring in the location of the IoT device that was giving the location of children. So devices, the children war indicate where they were, and Watson would help us decipher what news was occurring in that local area to give parents on their mobile application their insight into what was occurring in or around the area where their children were located when they were in a situation where they were separated. So when parents had to go to work and their children were at school or daycare, or in a situation where they were in a crowded place and they become separated. Another example of where Bluemix allowed us to create a fairly complex system with a lot of different functionality in a matter of weeks. 18 days is less than 3 weeks, and this is something that's built that rapidly. Our next thing is the safety application. This again is a wearable IoT device. It's up to a situation where there are crews of workers out in the field working in fairly hazardous conditions, and our device is designed to collect data as well as provide real-time warnings to those workers through an indicator attached to their heart about situations. So this both collects data as well as provides real-time warning. It allows things based on their specific role, and it has been a principle to build out in our weeks functionality, and as we continue with new features and new functionality, we continue to on this application for a period of time, and we're able to continue to add new features, new capabilities, function of the device very rapidly in 1 to 2 week iterations, because we and a lot of that. And so the function, we're focused on function and code and making those changes quickly rather than worrying about connectivity structure and how are we going to make different IoT devices and different data work applications. So Bluemix and the integrated Watson IoT platform the ability to add those features because of the ability they give us through the Bluemix platform. The app that we've developed using Bluemix is an app called Social Feel. Because Bluemix provides us with the Watson Developer Cloud APIs, we're able to pull a cognitive functionality called sentiment analysis. So it lets us look at social media posts and derive from that a positive, negative, or neutral sentiment. We're able to use that to our customers an historical track of how people are reacting to things. The overview of this app was actually done for a government customer for their public affairs office. They had some very specific events and that they wanted to be able to track on social media and understand the sentiment around those events and people in action. They were able to differentiate on specific things, track the social media over time, and understand as those events were occurring, as the people involved in those events ones were well received, which ones not, and make adjustments to how they were operating on that. Now, tries is that we were we created it in a very specific, very targeted, very customized for that original customer, but then we're able to extract a framework from that that has a much more general applicability, and we use this framework to engage with our customers to build out the very specific, targeted, very custom social media tracking applications in this framework. For example, an app that we built in a matter of weeks in the custom targeted form, and are then able to extract on Bluemix a framework, and we're able to go in and use that framework for a variety of different customers in a customized fashion that specifically meets their needs. Another that we built for a retail store chain in adding that same sentiment analysis type of functionality to a sales tracking dashboard. So an executive sales tracking dashboard that incorporates the traditional sales metrics of of actual revenue and actual sales over time. So incorporates in segments from social media networks that allow executives to understand the service to customers' view of that particular store. Also understand how that changes in that social media sentiment have affected her sales. And because it alerts them as the sentiment changes and either up or swings down over time, able to take immediate corrective action if they see a problem with a particular situation. And to solve what types of social media action does affect sales and which ones don't. And they can, by understanding that from a historical perspective, about what they do need to and what they can ignore. Example of an app that we built rapidly over several iterations that occurred over a number of weeks, and really just to very quickly demonstrate to our customer value of like sentiment analysis. They didn't really understand or how they would apply to their analytics of their store skills. And showing it, we were able to get them that they could use that type of cognitive functionality to really impact their understanding of their business. All this up. All of those different solutions we just showed are enabled by our use of Bluemix and the different services and features of the Bluemix platform are enabled to our customers through our innovation as a service offerings. Engage with our customers, the process we go through to help them benefit from these technologies. A couple of different types of engagement. So this one is our with business leaders, and we find that this one in situations where technologists, people in line of business, understanding of how these technologies can transform their business and how to innovate, but having a hard time communicating this at the executive levels of their company. And so our working innovation through IoT, cognitive analytics, and cloud, as I said, is a workshop at the executive level to help understand the impact and how they use to innovate and can help them avoid being disrupted by their competitors. And sort of changing the game by using these transformative technologies. The goal of that particular workshop is to show them they can be the disruptors and be the disruptees. The next innovation value assessment, and I mentioned that previously, but just to reiterate, we engage directly with clients, with stakeholders, with line of business personnel through interviews and workshops with those people. We derive specific examples of solutions that can be created through transformative technology. Identify the return on investment the company will see from implementing their innovative solutions. The effort involved in creating those solutions and the roadmap to your customers on which of his particular solutions are to most quickly give our return on investment. Have the best convergence of feasibility and importance in terms of ROI and ease to implement. And from innovation value assessments, as I said, feeds into our innovation. Our customers to create MVPs and iterate on a weekly or weekly basis, and I adjust that development velocity to meet with our customers' needs and also meet with their budget. And we find that by doing this, we can quickly, and usually in a time frame between 4 and 8 weeks, having solutions that really provide customers with a full application that addresses their business problems. And then once we've gotten to that solution, we're able to move into a production phase where we scale that up. We provide them the ongoing managed services of that application, and we're able to deploy that broadly to their user base that they've targeted for that application. And then, of course, there are customers who have their own teams who to deliver and develop and to have us build solutions for them. We're looking to enable their team, give them a better understanding of the transformative technologies and of the techniques that we use in innovative apps. And so for those customers, we offer innovation enablement. Of course, since we are a partner to deliver, we're able to shelf vendor training on Bluemix, on Watson, on Watson Analytics, on IoT, and we're also able to create custom classes that are a hybrid of our own knowledge as well as those off-the-shelf vendor trainings that meet the specific needs of our customer. Once formal training, our customers' development teams were able to think through virtual hacks. These are situations, of how to, and they're given a period of time over which they are to write code, and because those are judged, and there's reservation on the part of the participants that have an effort to create something and through that process. That process really the formal meaning that they've gotten in a way that requires knowledge in a way that they have to really think through it and solve problems themselves and really work with that knowledge to solidify it in their own minds. We have a PAAS Innovation Center located in our Rockville, Maryland office. That for those customers who are local to the DC area, it's come in, act with our innovation team, get access to the different use, create our innovations, everything from IoT kits to build interact with our innovation team and their ideas and with them. These are all ways in which we engage with our customers to help enable them to do their own innovation work. All right, with that, I would like to first of all say thank you very much for giving me time to speak. I have included my contact information here if you'd like to reach out to this session to have a deeper discussion about any of this. And at this point, I'd like to open up the floor for questions. So if anyone has any questions, I'm going to mute everyone. Free to go ahead and feel free to go ahead and ask any questions that you have. All right. If then I think we can go ahead and wrap up this session. Again, very much for attending, and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.